Hey guys, MadScientist here. Today, welcome back to day number 23 of I don't know what the hell is going on until I read it, aka r/ PettyRevenge. Today I have from anywhere from 4 to 5 stories. I do not know until I read them all, because I don't do editing on these videos. What you see is what you get. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thanks. Shorten my name? Okay then. I guess I'm shortening yours. Update. My name has already been guessed, guys. You can stop guessing Lamau. Laugh my ass off. I have a 3-syllable girl's name that isn't that common, but nearly everyone has heard of it before. There is a common shortened 1-syllable nickname for my name, but I personally hate it. I always introduce myself by my full name, and I always sign off emails using it. As a mutual courtesy, I always call people by the names they introduce themselves to me with, or sign off their emails with. Recently, I have been getting really frustrated with people I work with shortening my name. So for PettyRevenge, I started shortening their names back and seeing them look uncomfortable. Oh, Andrew, you don't want to call me by my full name? You're now Eddie. Same goes for you, William. You're now Bill. Lachlan? Sorry, you're now Lucky. I've even taken the shorting people's names where a short version doesn't exist. Claire is now Cla. Jake is now Jay. And Julie is now Ju. Ju. She's the number 10. It's petty AF, but it's yielding results. For the first time ever today, Andy called me by my real name. I just love Ju. From Julie to Ju. I go full Japanese for that one. Yeah, full name's Bethany. It's not that hard to guess, really. Making a trip to the bathroom sexual. Bow chicka wow wow, featuring Karen. What was that? So this was a while ago, and my native language isn't English, so the dialogue might not be 100%. Sorry for that. I was about 18 or 19 at the time, and babysat our neighbour's 3-year-old boy. He loved animals. It was the middle of spring, so nice and warm. So I decided to ask his mother if it would be fine to take him to a petting zoo in the city. Everybody was excited, me included. So we went. Oh, we had a ton of fun. He got a large amount of animal feed so he could enjoy himself. Nothing was weird up until this point. Nobody was staring, and I felt it was pretty obvious that I wasn't in fact his mother, but rather than that, just babysitting him. Now came the time the little guy needed to pee. Not a problem, I thought to myself, so I took him to the toilets. There was a large line in front of the woman's bathroom, but since I had to accompany him because he was too young to use the adult toilets himself, we couldn't just go to the men's bathroom, which was empty. I figured waiting in line for a minute or two was not going to be an issue though. Enter Karen! Enter the big K! Hi, excuse me? She tapped me on the shoulder. Yes? I thought since she had a little girl with her, she might just wanted to ask to skip ahead in the line because her little girl needed to pee badly. Is this your child? No. This is my neighbor's child. I'm just babysitting today. Why the fuck are you taking him to the bathroom then? She got very aggressive straight away. Excuse me? He needs to use the restroom. And his clearly too young to do so by himself. So obviously I'm accompanying him. What am I supposed to do? Just let him pee his pants? This is highly inappropriate. Only his parents should accompany him to the restroom. He is a boy, and on top of that, he's not even your child. God knows what you might do. What you might do in there with it. Oh no. 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 Okay, so now I'm getting kind of pissed. At that point in my life, I had dealt with a lot of bullshit from people. Since I was a nurse, and people in the hospital tend to be entitled as hell when they don't get their way. I was perfectly capable of defending myself with words, and I already lost my temper with her being so rude. So I said, very loudly, "Do you think I would look at his penis in there? Ew, what the hell? Why do you have to make a bathroom trip with a small child sexual? Do you think about that when you take your girl to the bathroom? Oh my god, what? Would you do stuff to your girl? Ew, that is disgusting. Why would you even think about something sexual when thinking about a little boy going to the bathroom?" Now, I said all these things kind of sarcastically, as it was just meant to scare her off. But obviously I said it loud enough for a lot of people to hear, and everybody goes nuts. Now everybody looked at her disgusted and whispered or even chimed in with me to tell her thinking stuff like that was disgusting and that she should leave me alone. She looked mortified at this point and backed away and left. Moral of the story: please let people take children to the bathroom peacefully, because I wouldn't have just let that poor boy piss his pants. Just disgusting. Just the meme of disgusting. I cannot do that. But, whoo! So, what am I gonna do? Look on her penis? It's not like I've seen bigger ones. No, that's not right to say at all. That is not right to say. I should back out before I get hit by a truck. Ugh. Act like a jackass in my store? I'll let you look like one to your friends too. Here I am, working the Saturday evening shift at a card and gift store. Think Hallmark, but not that brand name. As anyone that worked one can tell you, a good 50% of the customers are clearly en route to the event they're buying the card for. And a good 50% of those people think that their lack of planning is your problem. So I'm in the middle of assisting a customer when I see a very expensive car pull up and park in the fire lane outside the store. A man in a very expensive suit gets out of the car and walks in. Upon entering, he heads to the back without breaking stride and shouts, "Wedding cards?" I don't think he even saw me. He just figured that since he's the most important person in the world, there must be someone at his beck and call. I'm mid-sentence with my customer, so I finish it before addressing him. Before I can, he actually used a little effort to find the clearly labeled cards himself, which he politely informed me with a "got it." About 4 seconds later, he arrives at the counter, having obviously picked out the first card he saw. Maintaining volume, he respectfully requests to borrow a pen to fill out the card while he's in the process of reaching over the counter to grab one from my pen cup. While he's filling it out, I ring up my next customer around the space he's taking up on my counter. I look down and notice that he's addressed the card to at least one male name. So I noticed that he's picked out the one wedding card we sell that is unambiguously for a lesbian couple. I saw no reason to trouble him with that information. Oh boy! He's gonna arrive at that wedding and hand over the card, and they're gonna be like, "This is a card for lesbians." And dude's just gonna be like, "No, it's not. This is a wedding card, not a lesbian card." What an idiot. You should really have Googled that. I'm not sure if I'm proud of this yet, but my friend told me it might be appreciated by some low-grade sadists here. TLDR. I have a cousin, we'll call him Mac for this one, whose picture is next to the word self-righteous in the dictionary. He's not alone in my extended family. If there's a gene for self-righteousness and pestering other people about their lives, most of my relatives had it once. A few blessed relatives don't have it at all. Mac, though, definitely has both of those self-righteous gene alleles. He's even a pastor. Apologies to any pastors, but you definitely know the kind of guy I mean. Woo! Backstory, which may interest some of you, but likely not too many, so skip a bit if you like. Mac grinds my gears, and although it is not directly relevant to what he did to inspire my PettyRevenge, readers may be more satisfied with what happens to him if they know a couple of other things about him. Mac has made it his personal mission to make sure everyone around him is on the straight and narrow path. While admirable, he has managed to implement good intentions in the most bizarrely ineffective ways possible. His young son with his wife, Tiffany, is not allowed to interact with my dad because my dad is divorced. My dad is also a great person and an interesting guy to be around. But that doesn't matter because apparently divorce is a nasty, communicable disease. Mac also believes that demons are constantly tempting us, and any deviation from said straight and narrow path is due to their influence. Now, this by itself is alright. We all have our weird beliefs, but he did try to exorcise my other cousin once. What the frick? Her demon had apparently gotten her to smoke a big fat joint, and she was completely unprepared for the experience. There was screaming and tears. If that other cousin was possessed, I would understand. One last thing. Mac and Tiffany, despite their good traits, which will remain unmentioned because there's so few of them, I guess, are very judgmental and pushy. They have a very stringent idea of how one should live, and if you deviate from it, prepare for an annoying and self-righteous lecture of you Bible verses and possibly an exorcism. It's better than hell, but they would say, not so, or reply. You gotta love a good old exorcism. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Here's the good part. I don't see Mac and Tiffany very often, but this summer I happened to visit my grandparents while they were in town. I had forgotten what they can be like until we sat down to catch up. They asked me about grad school and my boyfriend of 6 years. My answers seemed to confuse them in some way. It quickly became apparent that they were leading the conversation in a particular direction. First, they wanted to know why we weren't married and if we were living together. In sin, presumably. I parried. They asked why I went in grad school. It was going to take so long, and there are enough scientists anyway. Why not just marry and settle down now? Oh, you want this couple to just get comfy, settle down, and just shoot out a whole bunch of kids? I evaded. They asked me when I was planning to have children. Oh, I literally predicted that. Sensing danger, I changed the subject immediately. You see, I'm one of these oddballs who isn't interested in having children. To each their own, I say, but not for me. As you might imagine though, I was not about to tell them that without a fight. They gave me one. Read their comments in a high, whiny voice with some confusion. Wait, what? Oh, you have to get started soon. You know your eggs start dying when you're 25. It's so sad when a young woman doesn't have children. She doesn't know what she's missing. God told us to go forth and multiply. You know it's your duty to him, don't you? Oh, God told you to go and multiply. Go in there and shoot at her, you old kids. God damn. Their words had some sort of effect on me. I'm not sure what it was, but I momentarily lose my senses. I figured they would keep pestering me until they got a response, and I might as well just say it and be done with them. I was out of practice with relatives, and my usual trick of pretending to need a bathroom break never crossed my mind. So I took the plunge and told them I'd rather do things with my life than have a baby. I regretted it immediately and had the impression of staring at a shocked and angry bull who was convinced I had just been in it on the behind. My cousin actually yelled at me. I am a selfish, short-sighted person who doesn't know what it means to be a woman and will die alone. God is disappointed in me. God can fuck off. Yes, I am a waste of a human because what's the point of life without children? You'll never know love. I better change my mind. Arguments ensued. The wild man chimed in to tell me the same things. I don't remember how exactly it ended, but as you might imagine, I was miffed. Like I was in a video recently. A couple of days later, I think I've forgotten the whole thing. After all, that's just how Mac is, and it isn't personal. But I have omitted one important detail so far. Tiffany was pregnant with their second child. A discussion of potential baby names arose, and I saw an opportunity. An opportunity hinging on the basic assumption that while these people may be annoyingly self-righteous, they are not complete idiots. Though maddeningly pushy, I had no reason to suspect that they were particularly stupid. Spoiler alert, I may have been wrong. Anyway, baby names were being discussed. Various relatives made suggestions. They said they liked old-sounding biblical names, which made sense because kid number one already had a bit of a weird name. I'm not even sure what made me think of it, but I told him I had always liked the name Nephron, which is the name of an ancient Roman emperor who is known for his piety and helping bring Christianity to Rome in the early days. I half expected one of my aunts, or maybe my dad, to call me on my bullshit, because they are all Christians and some of them know a bit about early Christian history. But nobody did. Mac asked me how to spell it and where I knew it from. The first thing that popped into my mind was a book on early Christianity that I read in undergrad, which earned me a funny look from my dad, the only one in the room who knows I'm not religious. But he said nothing. Eventually, Mac and Tiffany thanked me for my suggestion, and the discussion moved on. I figured if they were at all interested in naming the kid Nephron, they would look it up. Figured I was fucking with them, and either laugh it off or get mad but pick another name. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I just got an email they sent around to everyone announcing the birth. They are overjoyed, apparently to welcome Abraham Nephron Jackson into the world. They had not Googled it. They had not done basic research on this name that they were giving their child. Maybe Mac thinks the internet is a tool of Satan? Nephron is not the game of a pious Roman emperor. It is actually the functional unit of a kidney. Ooh! Suggested in a light rage by someone who was annoyed at Mac for his pushiness. Nephron's filter urine, and his kid and his parents are stuck with that for life. To anyone thinking I should feel bad, I do a bit. Not enough to tell anyone though. TLDR, my cousin rudely pesters me about having children. I trick him into naming his new baby after your body's urine filtration system. Woo! Damn, you goddamn. I would have loved it if that perfect lineup of names was actually a name of like a killer or something like that. It's just like, ooh, you named your kid after a killer. Ugh. That would have just been terrible, terrible, terrible timing. Or worse. First name could have been Michael. Ooh. That would have been way worse. Michael Jackson. You realize the problem with that one? With that, I'm going to end this episode here. I'm too rude. I'm too mean. I'm too mean for PettyRevenge. Links will be in the description to my main channel and also the channel that you're on right now watching this video, with links to the playlist and the last episode on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. I'm Mad Scientist out.